This is the Voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in 90-meter band between 1230 to 1330 UTC and 1545 kHz, and in the 49-meter band between 1830 1930 UTC and 5945 kHz to Europe. The Voice of Turkey is also beamed between 2030 2130 UTC in the third 1-meter band on 9875 kHz to South Asia and Australia, and in the 25-meter band on 11660 kHz between 1630 730 UTC to Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites on the internet at www.trtdinle.com through the links, radios and then the Voice of Turkey. Our email address is englishdesk@trt.net.tr.
Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. Turkey attaches great importance to the development of its defense industry. Turkey ready to do whatever it can to help Greece fight wildfires, says President Erdogan. Turkish-Palestinian presidents to meet in Ankara for talks. U.S. hopes for success in Erdogan-Putin talks on restoring Black Sea grain deal. And U.S. to give Ukraine new $400 million worth of military aid. And now details of the news. Turkey attaches great importance to the development of its defense industry. Turkey attaches great importance to the development of its defense industry despite embargoes, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said on Tuesday. Quote, unquote, as Turkey, we attach great importance to the developing our defense industry, despite the many obstacles, secret and open embargoes that we face, Erdogan said in a video message to the 16th International Defense Industry Fair 2023 in Istanbul. One of the largest global defense events, IDEF 2023, which opened on Tuesday and will continue until Friday, is exhibiting a range of defense products, including land vehicles, weapons, simulators, radars, naval platform solutions, aviation systems, missiles, logistic vehicles, supply equipment, and security systems. Quote, unquote, the Turkish defense industry sector has been writing a success story that has been followed with admiration by the whole world in recent years. Our industry has proven its worth with its armored vehicles, artillery, rockets, air defense systems, and all kinds of weapons and radar systems tested in conflict zones, Erdogan said. The president hailed Turkey's capabilities in drone technology, saying it is among the world's top 3 countries in the field. Turkey is meticulously implementing 850 different projects that will leave their mark in the defense industry, Erdogan said, adding, quote, unquote, last year we reached an export figure of $4.4 billion. In the first 6 months of this year, we achieved a record export level of $2.3 billion. Our target in 2023 is $6 billion. Turkey ready to do whatever it can to help Greece fight wildfires, says President Erdogan. Turkey is ready to do whatever it can to help Greece fight back its wildfires, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said on Monday. Quote, unquote, we sent 2 amphibious firefighting aircraft and a firefighting helicopter to our neighbor Greece, which is struggling with a huge fire, Erdogan said after a cabinet meeting in the capital, Ankara. While quickly responding to fires in Turkey, Erdogan said the country is also rushing to help out other countries in need. Quote, unquote, we convey our best wishes to our Greek neighbors, especially the people in Rhodes, he added, referring to the island of southwestern Turkey, which has had to evacuate tens of thousands amid days of wildfires. Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis on Saturday thanked Turkey for assistance as it has struggled to fight raging wildfires since last week. Devastating wildfires continue to sweep through the Greek islands for the 6th consecutive day, including Rhodes, a tourist hotspot. Several countries, including Turkey, have reached out to help Greece in extinguishing the blazes which have burned houses and forests. Turkish-Palestinian presidents to meet in Ankara for talks. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his Palestinian counterpart Mahmoud Abbas will meet on Tuesday in the capital Ankara for talks. During the talks at the presidential complex, Erdogan and Abbas will discuss all aspects of relations between Turkey and Palestine and the steps that would deepen the cooperation between the two nations. The Palestine-Israel issue as well as other regional and international developments will be on the agenda. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was also expected to visit Turkey this week. However, the trip was postponed after he was rushed to the hospital on Saturday for sudden surgery to receive a pacemaker. U.S. hopes for success in Erdogan-Putin talks on restoring Black Sea grain deal. The U.S. on Monday expressed hope that Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's upcoming talks with Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin on reinstating the Black Sea grain deal will yield positive results. Quote unquote. As you know, President Erdogan said on Friday that he looked to have further discussions with President Putin to urge him to rejoin the Black Sea Grain Initiative. We obviously will be hopeful that there will be some success out of those discussions, U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller told reporters during his press briefing. Miller said that there is no perfect solution that will allow Ukraine to ship the same amount of grain as it did under the Black Sea Grain Initiative unless sea lanes are opened. Last week, Russia pulled out of the Black Sea grain deal, saying the Russian part of the agreement was not being implemented. The agreement, initially signed in July of last year in Istanbul by Turkey, the United Nations, Russia and Ukraine, was aimed at resuming grain exports from Ukrainian ports, which had been halted as a result of the Russia-Ukraine war, which began that February.
The news continues on the English language broadcast of the Voice of Turkey.
U.S. to give Ukraine needs $400 million worth of military aid. The Biden administration is sending up to $400 million in additional military aid to Ukraine, including a variety of munitions for advanced air defense systems and a number of small surveillance Hornet drones, U.S. officials said Monday. The package includes an array of ammunition ranging from missiles for the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System and the National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System to Stingers and Javelins. The weapons are being provided through a presidential drawdown authority, which allows the Pentagon to quickly take items from its own stocks and deliver them to Ukraine, often within days. Officials said the U.S. is also sending howitzer artillery rounds and 32 Stryker armored vehicles, along with demolition equipment, mortars, Hydra 70 rockets, and 8 million rounds of small arms ammunition. The Hornets are tiny nano-drones that are used largely for intelligence gathering. Overall, the U.S. has provided more than $41 billion in military aid to Ukraine since Russia invaded in February 2022. UN watchdog observes mines near Ukraine's Zaporizhia nuclear plant. Experts from the UN's nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, observed mines on the periphery of Ukraine's Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, Director General Rafael Grossi said Monday. Europe's biggest nuclear power plant has been under Russian military and operational control since 4th of March 2022, roughly 2 weeks after it launched its offensive against Ukraine. A team from the IAEA saw mines located in a buffer zone between the site's internal and external perimeter barriers during a walk-down on 23rd of July, Grossi said in a statement. The team did not observe any within the inner site perimeter during the walk-down, he said. Quote, unquote, having such explosives on the site is inconsistent with IAEA safety standards and nuclear security guidance, and creates additional psychological pressure on plant staff, even if the IAEA's initial assessment based on its own observations, and the plan's clarifications is that any detonation of these mines should not affect the site's nuclear safety and security systems, Grossi added. Mali drops French as the official language. With its new constitution, Mali has dropped French, which has been the West African country's official language since 1960. Under the new constitution, passed overwhelmingly with 96.91% of the vote in an 18th of June referendum, French is no longer the official language. French will be the working language from now on, and the 13 national languages spoken across the country will also receive official language status. Around 70 local languages spoken in the country, and some of them, including Bambara, Bobo, Dogon and Minyanka, were granted national language status under 1982 decree. And that was the news brought to you by the Voice of Turkey Radio.